Hello, and welcome to our lesson on communications and expectations. This segment will continue discussing push and pull communication. Case scenario: exercising communication. Having managed the project for 3 months, Jamie has generally approached resources and stakeholders face to face, knowing that interactive communication is preferable. Recently, absenteeism and the greater reach of the project to some of the company's international offices have required choices to be made regarding whether to use push or pull communication. Because of the size and complexity of the project, many older documents have been stored in a server-based repository. This has been especially useful to Jamie when a new team member needs to be brought up to speed. The process is as simple as attaching one or more of these archived documents to an email and sending it on its way. It travels around the globe in an instant. Through various types of communication and careful archival of each vital project document, Jamie feels that the project has a reasonably good chance of meeting its deadline, though two major concerns have recently appeared. One, because of this project's global reach, team members have expressed concern about proper access to documentation in other time zones. And two, management has begun to ask about the security of the project, specifically relating to the documentation of some not yet patented ideas. Should Jamie use push or pull communication? Remember, the push approach, which is currently being employed, involves attaching the needed document to an email and sending it to the recipient. This has several drawbacks. Drawbacks: the ever-present fire hose of emails can lead to information overload, with recipients often unable to find what they need later on. If a recipient forwards the email, attachment included, to a third party, security may be compromised. Documents that are currently in the process of creation by more than one team member must be emailed back and forth, leading to versioning hell. All of these attachments can lead to overcapacity inboxes, requiring emails and attachments to be deleted, leading to potential data loss, at least historical data. Using pull approach. Instead of downloading and attaching, Jamie could choose a pull approach. When a new piece of documentation is added to the project, appropriate team members already have secure access to the server location. In this manner, they can simply download what they need when they need it. However, this also has drawbacks. How will recipients know which documents are more important than others, or which are appropriate for the work and decisions currently important to the project? Context may not be readily available. In some cases, email or push communication is a stakeholder's preferred medium of exchange. Is it wise to force this type of change? Without the push action of the email, it's possible that the project could be more easily ignored or perceived as being a lower priority. Hybrid communication approach. A third option, a hybrid communication approach, can solve many of the issues mentioned before. The key to making this work lies in the electronic document repository. What if, instead of attaching the document to an email, Jamie sent a link to the document in the repository? This turns many of the drawbacks into benefits. Because an email, push, is still sent, Jamie is still given the opportunity to provide context to the document being linked. Because no attachments are included, the email size is minimized, and so is the chance of deletion due to limits on inbox storage capacity. The repository server most likely offers user authentication. This requires some more planning on Jamie's part in terms of access control, but vastly increases security. If an email is forwarded inappropriately, the outsider cannot access the document. Stakeholders requesting access can be given either read-only or editing ability as needed. The team may have overlooked them in the first place, and now they can be added to appropriate communications. Because many repositories are tied to a corporate authentication system, the termination of an employee will often simultaneously revoke their access to these documents. Documents can be readily changed without requiring a new email. If an error is found within the document after the communication, recipients following the included link see the new version automatically. Versioning is often included in repositories. This means that the historical context, old versions of the document, can be retained and accessed if needed. Related to the last benefit, if more than one team member wishes to revise a document, The server, rather than email, becomes the medium of exchange. This structure is extremely friendly to those who prefer to pull communication and a global time-shifted project team. The documentation is there when they are ready to use it. Many repositories offer search capabilities that allow you to search within documents, greatly decreasing the time it takes to find a particular piece of information. Documents can live in new ways. A meeting agenda, for instance, can be expanded to include meeting minutes during or after the meeting occurs. Now, any email related to the meeting includes access to the whole of its documentation, regardless of when it is accessed. Putting all of these agendas in one repository folder gives them a home and context with each other. The emails themselves can be archived there as well, receiving the benefits listed above, as well as allowing future projects or new team members to learn from them. Though this approach carries many benefits, this solution is still not appropriate for every situation. As the project leader, Jamie needs to consider both the needs of the receivers and of the project when deciding how to communicate. In some cases, this will require fully interactive communication. This is the end of this segment of our lesson. In the next segment, we will discuss communication with the team, meeting success. This course is presented to you by South Europe College. Thank you for listening, and see you on our next segment.